Hey folks, so this is a guide on Perk's auto pick, like pick ranking and first perk. So basically, I've already done a guide on this, right? But I'm doing a new one because I got so much feedback on my original one. Now, it's not negative feedback, don't get me wrong. It's just feedback, and there's like a good points that are being raised and a few questions that are being asked which I didn't go over originally. So I thought I'll make a new guide and go over it in a bit more depth, right? So basically, the reason start off with, so first perk, I'm not going to go over how to unlock it in the labs and everything. I'm just going to go over your first perk and your auto pick, right? So first perk, all this does is it guarantees what you pick here will come up as one of the selections in your first choice of perks when you get to that wave, right? So increase max game speed by 1.2. I choose this because the way I see it is, yes, this is technically just more coins, but it's actually more of everything really, because the game's working faster. The reason I prefer to get this straight away is, one, there's only one of it, so once you've got it, it's gone, it's out of the rotation. But also it gets you through those lower waves as soon as possible, because those lower waves earn the less anyway. So in my opinion, it's more beneficial than the perk requirement. Now, there's been a lot of feedback against that's incorrect. It's your choice, play how you want to. First off, I'm not saying that you're wrong if you want to pick perk wave requirement. Go ahead and pick it if that's what you want to do. That's what most people do, that's fine. I'm still not changing off having, oops, I accidentally selected a different one. I am not going off going on the increased max game speed, because increased max game speed is the most important, in my opinion, to consistently get fast runs, because you get through to the later bits quicker, in my opinion. Now, the reason I don't like perk wave requirement as a first choice is because it's retroactive. So if you get it later on, you'll be able to pick multiple perks at once, technically, depending on how far through you are. Now, yes, those perks that you pick up aren't retroactive. So let's say you don't have the coin increase yet, and you get it when you get this, so you like get this and that perk at the same time, rather than having your coin perk already, so you've lost a few waves. My argument against that is your first few waves are pointless for coin income anyway, unless you orb devo. I guess it makes it a bit more effective. Like if you're in a devo build, I guess those low waves aren't as bad as your higher waves, but your higher waves are still going to be where you're making your most. And when I'm saying high waves, I mean like 3,000 waves. Once you're in 3,000 waves, that's when you start making it profitable, or at least, again, from my own experience. But then I don't do orb devo. I do blender because I like to play AFK. So again, just play how you want to play. So that goes over the first perk. So the auto perk and the ranking, and why I've got the ranking as I do. So as you can see, my enemies' damage is much lower than it used to be. So I have changed it up a little bit, don't get me wrong, but I've changed things around to how I think they should be now. So I put auto pick, I put increase max game speed by 1.2 at the top. Again, the reason this is at the top is because first perk just guarantees that it'll be a selection. Auto pick has to be there to select it. So if you don't have that in your auto pick, when it comes up in the first one, if something's better, higher in your ranking, it's going to take that instead of. So always make sure the one that you've got as your first perk choice is at the top. So that's what it picks. Because otherwise your first perk's wasted. So then I've got at the moment it's 1.98 coins bonus, right? So once I upgrade it, it'll be better. But basically, always have this as high as possible, so that when it comes out in the rolls, it's selected as soon as possible. And then put your perk wave requirement, in my opinion. Obviously, these two can be swapped around, so you can swap your perk wave requirement at the top if that's what you've got on your first perk, right? And then obviously you've got all your coin bonuses. These are classed as coin bonuses to me. And then we've got the enemy damage, basically for getting you run further if you're in the HP build. And then I've got my free ups here because I still feel that getting my free ups as high as possible, as soon as possible, is beneficial. But I'm actually kind of at the point where my free ups aren't mattering so much. If I have Black Hole Digester for farming, then maybe that'll come valid again. But right now it's just basically just trying to push my enemy attack level skips as high as possible, as quick as possible. And then I've got my 2 things for my survivability, so defense so that I can take more hits, and then health regen, because health regen is what's keeping me alive, not my max health. So basically make sure I get these ones first. I might pick up some more levels into this and move things around a little bit, but at the moment that's basically what mine's at, and that's got kind of the ranking that I've got, and that's what I would suggest. Again, pick what you want, play the way you want. This is basically just for farming, and it's all you ever use your perks for, really, for farming. Auto pick. Don't use auto pick if you're doing a milestone run. Never. So that's basically everything that I wanted to go over. It was just a quick video, and just clarify a few things, basically. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.